the top, and then the 80-20 is going to be towards the back, so that way it will hang completely straight. Now, and I want to make sure to walk my hand with the ruler so that way I'm not holding my hand back here and the ruler is bobbing up and down and the opportunity to go up. So now we're going to go ahead, we're starting up the side. I did my first one, so I'm going to go down. I'm working from the outside edge in and back out on the same line. That way I don't have to follow this ditch line up, which I could. Not an issue, especially since we made it thicker, but I'm just going to go down to that line, come right back up. I went ahead, I put a little bit of adhesive on the back of my ruler. Now I'm going to go forward, I'm going to line my ruler up, I'm going to put my ruler right on the sew line so that when my popping foot goes right back to it and comes back, we've got a perfect 1/4 inch. Come up, and then I'm going to head up and continue all the way around. Okay, so the very first thing I'm going to do is come down at that perfect 45 into that corner. Now the thing to remember is all of the beadwork or the pinstriping from this point to the middle is going to be towards the right. And then all of the beadboarding coming down the side here is going to be down towards the left. So I'm first going to go ahead, I'm going to come down, hit that corner exact, go right back out, slide my machine over. I'm going to put my ruler right on the line, just like that. And now I'm going to go ahead, get that right side. Now I'm going to come back, and now what I'm going to do is turn my ruler around, and I'm going to come down, and I want to put my ruler right on that sew line so that I get that perfect 45-degree coming down. And now, as Rich moves the camera down, what you'll see is I've actually gone ahead and I've done the down the side here. So what I've done is I've moved down, and we have our throat space all full with the where it was marked, and then a 1/4 inch down, where it was marked, and then a 1/4 inch away, all the way down. So now we're going to head back up here to the corner, and we're going to work our way over to the right. Okay, so now I'm going to work my way over, line that up, and there's my chalk line. So I'm going to come down, touch, go back up on the same line, slide over. I'm going to move my ruler till it's right on the sew line. Now I'm going to come down, touch for my beadboard or my pinstriping, and now I'm just going to travel that line over to the next one. Line up my ruler, make sure that that's following that angle of the chevron. Up, over, stop, right on the mark, come down, up, and I'm going to work my way all the way over, only to the center though. Okay, so now I'm at the center. I'm going to slide over, and now I'm going to go right on that short line. I'm going to come down, and I'm going to do 1, 2, 3, and then 1, 2, 3, and then I'm going to go in 1/4 of an inch and do the inside 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and then I'm going to cut thread, or you could just slide all the way over down to the other end, and I'm going to work my way in from the other corner. Come down, hit the corner, come back, slide over, go ahead, line up my ruler right on that line, come back to the ruler. Now we should have our perfect 1/4 inch. Stop, over, there's my chalk line it up, down, up, and this is where it really does help to have a little bit of adhesive on the back of that ruler. Oops, go over just a little bit more, make sure to line up that ruler right on that sew line. Come down, go up, over, right on the line, slide over, and now I'm going to work my way again in toward the center just like we did from the other way. And then I'm going to work my way down the this side of the side when we finish that part. Okay, so now I'm going to go over, stop, line up my ruler. And I am using metallic thread with isocord in the bobbin. I'm using Superior Metallic at this point. It's the Military Gold, which I love. I use a couple different metallics. I use the what used to be Quiltec Metallic. I believe it's still Quiltec Metallic. Is that correct, Rich? Is it still called Quiltec? It's the people that make Glide. And
Yes.
it is called the Glisten Metallic. So there we go. Up, over, ruler, line it up. And see, with that little bit of adhesive, that ruler is not going to give me any slippage, so I'm not going to be off my line. And again, pre-marking makes this so much easier because you just go right to the pre-mark line. Come over, line it up, down, up, over, stop, line it up, get my bearings. I'm going to come over here now. Go right to there, line that up, down, up, over, line that up, down, up, done there. And now I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to slide across the top there, and Mr. Ritchie, if you want to give them kind of a sweep of that. Now I'm going to work my way down. Oops. Let me get my clamps up there. Use my trusty curtain rods, and what I want to do is, of course, put those right under these so that way that's lifted up. That way my edge of my ruler base, because the ruler base for this machine is a little bit bigger and it doesn't have the beveled edges, though I'm going to have some made, I think, with the beveled edges so it doesn't get caught on there. Now again, just so everybody knows, I know you've seen this on my loading videos. Rich, you want to zero out on that a little bit. I have my leader grips sides here. And sometimes, of course, I alternate. I got to get another set between these and the red snapper versions that Renee makes. Those are awesome too. I like both types. So you kind of have to pick which ones you like. I like the leader grips and I like Renee's. Okay, so I'm right on my line. Down, up, come down till my foot hits the sew line back behind here. Now I'm going to slide between, so you'll probably get a little bit of an off view there based on how the camera is setting. So I got my ruler set up there. I've got my ruler right on that line, so I got that nice 1/4 inch line. Come down to the next one, slide that right up there, line that up. Gonna go in, touch, back, out, come down till my foot hits that line. I put my ruler right on that sew line. That's going to give me my close to perfect 1/4 inch. Down, slide, line it up. Normally I don't work behind the foot, but I am right now, so you can get a good visual of what I'm doing here. Put my ruler right on that line again. And now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to come down and up. And that's as far down on the right side of the throat that I can go. So now we're going to go ahead and we're going to move into the body and we're going to do some work inside the body of the quilt. So now we have forwarded. I went ahead, I ditched the edge of each side all the way down. So now I have access to the first full row, which has the 3 blocks. It has this block, the bird, and then the mirrored block that's on the other side. So what I'm going to do now is we're going to go ahead, we're going to ditch here, and then I'm going to ditch between the middle block. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead around the bird and I'm going to go around, I think I'm going to do a 1/2 inch. I'm going to go in from that ditch on that block. I'm going to go a 1/2 inch in and do another square inside there. Up to the tail, stop, drag, stop, and then go all the way up and around so that way the bird is inside and it's got a nice frame around it. So that way when I go ahead and I ditch around the bird and whatever I decide to do inside the bird is done, then we'll go ahead and we'll put filler inside that area around here to pop that bird forward. And then we'll also figure out what we're going to do in these blocks. And I haven't quite figured that out, but we'll know by the time we get there.